Bear Talk, things about design, tech, and product. If you're curious about what a designer's life looks like, there is one type of the video that you might see on YouTube or other social media, which is a day's life of a product designer or a UX designer at Google, YouTube, Uber, or other big tech companies. And it's always really popular. You can see a lot of views on that types of videos. But I think if you are interested to get a designer's job, take a look at those videos. Could be good as a starting point, but it could also as an illusion, and it can guide you to some different directions or give you some misunderstanding of how that job looks like. And here's my thoughts. A designer's life in that types of video, normally in a very short format, 2 or 3 minutes, with all the highlights during the daytime of a designer's daily job. And that's really a combination of all the highlights during that day. But usually those long hours about meetings, long hours on ideation and struggle on different concepts, those are the things haven't been reflected on those types of videos. And those are the things really valuable, and which is also the essential of a designer's life. But if you all checking those highlights, you might find, oh, it could be different from a real designer's life. And if you're looking for something to learn from another designer, and I know that's really valuable because now I'm a design mentor, and a lot of my students always curious about what are you doing in a real world scenario? Like what are those problems you are solving and how do you solve those problems? Which leads to two major things that you can really put your attention on learning from another designer. One is the thinking process on solving a problem. How a designer would think to solve that problem. What's the process of thinking, and how he or she ideates different concepts to test different concepts, and how he or she made the conclusion, the recommendation. So this is a really valuable part. The second part of what you can learn from another designer is to see how she or he communicates his thoughts or his opinions to other people. So does he draw the concept on the piece of paper to share it with other people, or he mock up a prototype that interactional for other people to play with, or just prepare a slide to share and answer all the questions? So those are different things that people to communicate with other people about a concept. So I think these two things are really valuable. The thinking process behind the solution and the communication about that solution. So if you focus on these two things on other designers are doing, which would be really beneficial if you want to get a design job. And other highlights would be just the fancy part. Yeah, it will be good to see that. But that's not the point. The really valuable things are those two things. Hope it makes sense. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.